And I'm going to reasonably cast a Bruna, the Fading Light. I will put Gisela, the Broken Blade, from my graveyard to the battlefield. So at the beginning of my end step, if I both own and control Gisela and a creature named Bruna, the Fading Light, exile them and meld them into Brisela, Voice of Nightmares. There we go. Flying First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. Your opponents can't cast spells with converted mana cost 3 or less, and it's a 9/10. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dylan.
And I'm Mask. We are so excited to have you back for our second game under the new name.
Yeah. Welcome back to Friendly Rivals. It feels good. It feels good.
Feels right.
Today, I'm playing Heliod, the Radiant Dawn. This is the only Theros god that got completed. Poor guy. But the backside of Heliod is what we're most concerned with. We're playing flash spells, and they're discounted based on the amount of cards our opponents draw. So it's a unique play pattern. It keeps people very afraid when it is going, but it also fills other people's hands with answers for your stuff. So there's like a fun line to walk there. I'm an Innistrad kid through and through, so we're doing Angels and Eldrazi themed. Pretty excited.
And today I've brought the Mother of Morph, the Matron of Manifest, Kadena, Slinking Sorcerer. She is a snake wizard from Tarkir, and honestly, this year was the year she got all kinds of upgrades between Manifest Dread and Disguise. 2024, they brought it back. Pretty much we just put all of our creatures face down and make our opponents guess what's going to hurt them the most.
All of it. The answer is always all of it. Yeah, but yeah.
Always.
Hey everyone, I'm Miabyte. I'm a Twitch ambassador, voice actor, and founder of the EDH Magic channel, Commander Damage. Now, today, since I'm the only Brit in this pod, I'm going to be appropriately playing Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, this is a Voltron control deck, so I'll be aiming to equip a slew of equipment artifacts onto Cap and throw them at my opponents for a multitude of effects. Let's see if this works out.
Hello, I'm Kurohitsuki. You can find me at twitch.tv/Kurohitsuki, where I'm playing Commander games all the time, and I'm using super awesome commanders like Aragorn Hornburg Hero.
We're good to start.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Then before I even draw, I'm going to show the main reason I kept this hand, and that's a Ley Line of Anticipation.
Disgusting.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
So since it was in my opening hand, I can start with that on the field, and it says I can cast spells as though they had flashed.
I love that we're playing the same deck.
So anyway, to calm things down a little bit, I'll play a Woodland Cemetery, which will enter tapped, and I will pass.
Oh yeah. No, that's fine. That's, yeah.
Yeah, consider me calmed.
If you can draw, we're gonna put in a Scattered Groves, tap and pass.
Lovely.
Okie dokes. I'm going to draw. And you know what? I'm going to put down that card. That's so good that it was a land because I need it. And first thing I am going to do is I'm going to play in a Captain America's Aid.
Yeah.
Which is Sigurd's Aid. It just means that whenever I cast an aura or equipment spell, I can cast it as if it had flash. And whenever an equipment I control enters, I can attach it to target creature I control. So, no big deal for a deck that, revolves around equipment. That's a little guy.
It's only turn 1, and 2 of us already have flash, and Dylan's gonna have flash. It's what his commander does. This is either gonna be a really fast game or a really long one.
We will start with an island. Go.
All right.
Yeah,
I will
crazy.
untap, upkeep, and draw. I will play a Ruins of Orin Reef. It also enters tapped. It can tap for a colorless, or I can tap it to put a +1/+1 counter on target colorless creature that entered the battlefield this turn.
No. Okay. I'm going to play a Sunpetal Grove into a Farseek. I'm gonna go get myself some fancy pants land, and I'll pass from there. I'll put it in play tap.
Ball, untap, and draw. Oh, Lord. I didn't think any of this through. All right, cool.
Perfect.
Put down I'm gonna put down a land return, and I'll just tap both of these, and I'm just gonna pop this Lightning Greaves in, just right here. No reason. Just gonna hang out. It's all good. And I'll
I'm gonna
pass.
flash it
Fancy
out
boots.
too. Just gonna
Yeah.
flex on it a
yeah.
little bit.
Command tower. And then we all like cards, right? I think we all like cards.
Cards are great.
Cards are
I'm a
great.
big
Cards
fan
are
of cards.
fantastic. I
Great.
love cards.
I'll tap 2 for a Kami of the Crescent Moon. So at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Not a big deal.
All right.
Enjoy. Have
Oh
a
my
good time
goodness.
with
God.
That's
I
awesome.
think I will.
Oh my God.
it. Pass.
His butt's so blue.
I will untap,
Dude's
upkeep,
cheap.
and draw, and draw. But we're going to play our own command tower. And we will go ahead and tap 3 for the whole vibe of the deck, as it were. A morph.
Mm.
Ooh.
So that's my little face down tutu, and definitely nothing else is going on. Pass.
Yup, nothing else at all. It's about keep draw. Alright, so we're gonna play a full art foil Lord of the Rings Plains into a Soul Ring. I know, someone stop Aragorn, he's going too fast.
Yeah. He's getting there.
And you know what? At perfectly normal speed, I'm going to cast my commander.
Woo.
Aragorn, Hornburg Hero, signed by the legendary Jason Rainbow. And I will pass the turn from there.
Okay, untap and draw 2, is it? You said?
Done that.
Does not
yeah.
help me, but that's awesome. Okay. Right, I'm gonna play a plains for turn. You know what? I'm gonna pass turn. Why not?
Oh,
that.
okay.
Right.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, nothing.
All right. Let's play a Volatile Fault. Taps for colorless or for 1 and tap. I can sacrifice it to destroy a target non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield. And then I would create a treasure token. I will go ahead and tap that, and we will play our own Soul Ring.
Feeling left behind.
And then
Quiet you. You dick. Quiet you.
let's go ahead and make things a little interesting. Let's tap for 3 for a Scrawling Crawler. So at the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card, and whenever an opponent draws a card, that player loses 1 life.
Hey, I take it back. I don't like cards.
Yeah. Oof. Look, I don't want to play the crawler here. The deck makes people draw insane amounts of cards when they don't necessarily want to, and I want to be able to use this later. I'm without another white source. I need to get my commander out, or else the entire deck sort of lacks teeth. So I'm willing to make myself a target early and put the crawler out to do so.
Now we'll play a regular old island, and with no mysteries at all, I will pass.
Yes. And I draw 2. Alright, now, all these blue decks are doing so much, flash speed and all that sort of stuff. And I have the most Naya answer possible for it. So, first, a command tower. Red and green for Adelan Jackal. Whenever it's a human Tyrannid Scout, trample haste. Whenever Adelan Jackal deals combat damage to a player, I may search my library for a basic land card and put the battlefield tapped and shuffle.
Nice.
Because my deck uses +1/+1 encounters so much, a simple 2-mana 2/2 with trample that ends up getting bigger over time ends up being incredibly important.
And then I have still 1 floating for a green and a white. And we're going to play Kutzil, Malmet Exemplar.
Oh, there you go.
That'll
The
do
most
it.
Naya way to answer all these blue decks is just to say, well, just not on my turn. Just not on my turn. Whenever one of our creatures I control, each with power greater than its basic power, deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I'm gonna go to combat, and we're gonna swing 4 over at Mask and 2 over at Mia.
All right. I have
My
no
creature's at first
interest
strike.
in losing this morph to Aragorn, so I'm going to suffer the 4 commander damage.
Alrighty.
I will
That
take 2 going down to 38s. That's
Perfect.
about to get much lower.
You got
All right.
this.
My creatures are renowned. You can tell by their glowing green or their gold dice. And then I'm gonna get a basic land put into play tapped, and then I will pass from there.
Nice.
On my turn, I can untap. I'm going to draw, and I'm going to cry at instant speed.
Don't forget to draw your
That
second
can happen on
card.
my turn.
Oh yeah, I get to
And
draw
take
again.
your 2 damage.
Oh, hold on, but I didn't tap that, so technically I
You
go
get a
down to
polar foil
38,
mountain.
36. No, yes, I go down to
Yeah.
36. So I take 2 damage, I go down to 36. I play a Clifftop Retreat, which comes in untapped. I'm going to pass turn.
Okay, you're gonna cast some stuff on my turn. All right, that's it.
Not necessarily.
All right, so I will untap. I will draw. Actually, I have an upkeep trigger. At the beginning of my upkeep, each player draws. So all of you will draw and
I'm going
lose
to
one.
respond to that upkeep trigger.
Sure.
For the good of the many. I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to cast a Sultai Charm, choosing the mode Destroy Target Artifact, targeting your Scrawling Crawler.
Sure.
So we'll all still get the draw, but we'll stop getting hurt for it.
Wonderful.
I will draw. And I will draw for the Kami. Mia,
They
I am invested in assisting you.
Oh, yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's pretty bad at this point, I'm not going to lie.
So what I will do is I'm going to tap my island to tap and sacrifice the Volatile Fault. I will destroy your Clifftop Retreat. You will
Oh,
get to
brilliant.
search
Okay.
for a basic land. Yeah, and that would come into the battlefield not tapped. I would get a treasure token.
Being able to search out an island is actually a godsend for me. It means I can potentially cast Cap this game and get some stuff going.
And then my treasure won't be here for long, so I will not draw up a token for it. So I will tap for white, crack the treasure for white, and then Soul Ring for Heliod the Radiant Dawn. When Heliod the Radiant Dawn enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. Not relevant for this deck, but for 3 and Phyrexian mana, I can flip him. And when he is transformed, you may cast spells as though they had flash, and spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. So that are be the thing. And then I will pass my turn.
I will untap, upkeep, and draw my 2. I'm going to play a Hinterland Harbor as my land for turn. I do control an island, so this one will enter untap. And since everybody seems to really love the nonsense I've been doing so far, I'm going to go ahead and tap 4. And I'm going to play a Wilderness Reclamation. It says at the beginning of your end step, untap all lands you control. So I will just go to my end step and untap my lands.
In your end step, I've got some stuff to do, because, yeah, I am going to go ahead and just tap all of these things. I'm going to play down a Basilisk Collar and a Sword of Vengeance. And that's what I've got to do right now.
Okay. All right.
right. God, so I'm only untapping so many cards. Or drawing so many cards, right? Of course, yeah.
Just 2. Just the 2,
Just-
you know.
Just 2.
No big
2
deal.
damage.
No damage. No damage.
We're going to 4, 5, 6.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna play Calamity, Galloping
Oh.
Inferno. It's fine. Calamity, Galloping Inferno, 4/6 per Calamity, Galloping Inferno attacks while saddled. Choose a non-legendary creature that saddled it this turn, and create a tapped attacking token as a copy of it. Sacrifice sacrifice the token at the beginning of the next end step. Repeat this process once. What a goofy little forward sentence at the end of this card that just goes, I'm sorry, what? I'm going to crew the Calamity with Adelan Jackal. And we're going to go to combat. And we're going to do Aragorn 5/5 first strikes coming at Mask. Calamity is going at Dylan.
Mhm.
With 2 I will say both copies of Adeline Jackal going to Mia.
Oh,
They're both
fun.
2/2s.
I will take 4 personally. No blocks.
I am going to block Aragorn, and I'm also going to go ahead. I will tap 3 to morph up. It's not going to help much, but the Unblinking Bleb. Unblinking Bleb is a 1/3 that says whenever it or another permanent is turned face up, I may scry 2. So I'm just going to scry 2 real quick before the Bleb goes away. I will leave them both on top, knowing that I'm going to get them both, as long as nothing happens to Dylan's board. And then the Bleb will get crushed.
I will take 4 going down to 32.
Alrighty. That is... I should have started with Mona. Yeah, that'll be... So I'm going to get 2 basics from the deck. They're going to come into play tapped, and I'm going to play this Fury Calm Snarl tapped, and I will pass from there.
Alright, so I'm going to untap. Have another little cry at instant speed. Wonderful. I'm going to play a mountain for turn. And finally, I think is that the national anthem? Oh, say, can you see? I think we're going to be getting a little Cap coming to the party here. So here he comes.
No, Cap.
Captain America, First Avenger. Captain America, First Avenger. He is a 4/4 human soldier hero. He has 2 main abilities. His main ability at the beginning of combat, Catch, allows you to put any equipment on the field onto Captain America. And his throw ability, for 3 mana, I can unattach any equipment that's on Captain America and do damage equal to that equipment's mana value, divided between up to 3 targets. So it's, it's just a cool guy, nothing amazing going on here.
He's a cool still dude.
Yeah. First thing, we're gonna tap for the plains and the battlefield forge here. I'm gonna put Basilisk Collar on him, giving him lifelink and death touch.
It's quite good.
And
yeah.
then we're gonna move to combat. I'm gonna equip the Sword of Vengeance on him for free using his catch ability. That will give him +2/+0, as well as Vigilance, Trample, and Haste, and First Strike, actually, funnily enough. What about that one? So he can attack this turn if I want him to. Mask Ban is open right now, and it would be good to get some life back. I have Vigilance.
You can definitely swing in at Kuro.
Open.
And killing the
I could
Kutzel
swing
would
in
be
at Kuro.
good if that's offered up.
Oh, would that be good? Flashes?
I think it would
I'm
be
sorry,
very
how many
good,
cards have
actually.
you drawn because of me? I don't know what this ire is.
You know what? That's fine. I'm just gonna swing Captain America, First Avenger at Kuro.
Yeah. How much? How big is this
6/4
boy?
at the moment.
6
6,
commando.
4. I'll take. I will no block.
Okay. I will gain 6. Then post combat, I'm gonna equip Lightning Greaves to Cap, just because it's a bit of fun, right? So just some Lightning Greaves.
Yeah.
And I will pass turn.
Well, I will untap, draw. I will tap 2 and an island here and take 2 damage. I believe it is 2, correct? Yes, 2 life. Going down to 34 to flip our good friend Heliod.
Yes.
And then that's my whole turn. I don't have a lot going on. I do have to discard down, so I will discard a Gisela the Broken Blade, and then probably a Ruined Servitor. And then that's me.
All right. I will untap, upkeep, and draw. I will play a Myriad Landscape tapped as my land for turn. Yeah, we're going to make as much out of our mana as we can this turn. I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to bring up my commander, since everybody seems to be doing it. Kadena, Slinking Sorcerer. She is a 3/3 Naga Wizard. It says the first face-down creature spell I cast each turn costs 3 less to cast, and whenever a face-down creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So I will cast the first face-down creature spell for this turn. For 3 less, I will play a face-down that as a morph. That will trigger Kadena to draw me a card. And really, this is why I had to get rid of Dylan's artifact creature. Cool. I am going to move to my end step. The trigger from Wilderness Reclamation will go onto the stack to untap all my lands. I will tap Command Tower for a green when that happens. I will then untap my lands. And then still in my end step, I will go ahead and tap 1, 2, and 3 more. And I will play Threats Around Every Corner.
I would like to respond to the cast.
That's around every
For
corner.
sure.
Hoo-hoo.
Okay. I will hold on. Let me read threats real fast. That
Yes,
do you
threats
manifest
says
as
when
it
it-
enters?
When it enters, I manifest Dread.
Okay.
And whenever a face-down permanent I control enters, I search my library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle.
Just kidding. I'll respond to your searching for a basic when that
Okay.
happens.
Well, first things first. If that resolves, that enters, I will
Yes.
manifest Dread.
Yep.
So look at the top two. Oh gosh. I'm going to manifest that one and bin a forest. Which feels a little goofy. I will have 2 triggers from the manifest entering. I will have the search from threats and then a draw from Kadena. So those triggers are on the stack if you want to respond there.
What's how are you ordering them?
I'm going to resolve the search for a basic first.
Okay. I will go ahead. Yeah, I'll respond to that. I will, for one, cast and flash out a prosperity. Each player draws X cards. So this costs 3 less to cast because you've drawn 3 cards this turn. So everybody gets to draw 3.
Okay.
Oh, picture this. You cast prosperity for 1 on someone else's turn. They've already drawn 2, so X equals 2. Everybody draws, and then you get to flash out an Eldrazi. That's not what's
Um,
happening here. Nothing's going as planned.
Neato. If there are no other responses, I'm going to go search up a... Double check my hand. It's entering tapped, so it doesn't matter too much, but just kind of a general vibe check for my hand. I'm going to search up a forest, funny enough, after just binning one. Show up here. There is a forest. I'll throw that over there. I'll shuffle up real quick, draw 1 more card, and then I will have some discarding to hand size to do.
Why?
Responding to the Kadena trigger to draw a card, I would like.
Yes, Kadena trigger is on the stack. Will I shuffle my deck?
I will flash out a Spellskite. So
Reasonable.
for Phyrexian mana, I can change a target of target spell or ability to Spellskite.
Currents. So that will be to you, Kuro.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on over here. We're having a blast. Drawing 2. Ooh. Okay.
These are not good noises.
All right, clifftop retreat. This is hot, actually. I've never done this before. All right. So this I'm going to play Botanical Brawler. 1/1 with trample. And it's just a normal 1/1 counter, not renowned yet. With 2 counters on it. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 encounters are placed on another permanent I control, if it's the first time 1/1 counters have been placed on that permanent this turn, put a 1/1 counter on Botanical Brawler. I'm going to play this Arcane Signet. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to play Emergent Woodworm. 4/4 with backup 3. Whenever this creature attacks, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is its power. You may put a permanent with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. And I'm going to back up 3 onto Calamity. Why not?
Hey, can I make a recommendation in this moment?
Yes.
Dylan, backup is a targeted ability, and you have a Spellskite. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that works. Just
I can't see
any
why
target
not.
creature, so I think it works. And keeping the Emergent Woodworm ability off of something that can attack this turn would be super cool.
Yeah.
And I'm prepared to pay for putting this information in the world.
No, I'm super
That's
chill.
fair.
So to be transparent, am at this much mana. So I'm super chill to pay the life to retarget Spellskite. Do I have anything to do with it? Hell no.
I mean, you get
It's just that you have
3
you have
plus 1 plus 1 counters on Spellskite.
Yeah, but like, who am I swinging into with that? You know what I mean?
Oh, you're blocking things. All those.
Well, yeah, Spellskite's dying. Yeah, but yes, I will. If that triggers on the stack, then yeah, I will activate
Yeah,
Spellskite.
that's
Okay.
super fair.
I completely forgot about the spell sky. I would normally like see things like that and not play this Emergent Woodworm because it's honestly one of the best cards in the deck. But yeah, it's incredibly smart to take that ability away with the spell sky. And honestly, that kind of locks me out of the backup mechanic until that spell sky goes away. So I'm just gonna like not play any backup cards until spell sky's gone.
Okay, I will take the
Alrighty.
2 life for that then, and put.
Then yeah, for that insolence, I suppose.
Yeah, no, that's
let's
fair.
see. We're going to Crew Calamity with Botanical Brawler, and we're going to go to combat. We're gonna swing. We're going to swing Aragorn and Calamity both at Mask.
Cool. Calamity is the copies from Calamity. Where are those?
Correct. The 2 Botanical Brawlers that come in, they are both 2/2s. This is the first time that a thing is getting a counter. They see each other get a counter. They're both going to also go to you. They're literally 3/3s, so everything else was just block and
that's
game
fair.
wide. So yeah.
Everything also has first strike, which
First
is
strike, correct.
really the concern here. I'm going to put this morph in front of Aragorn, just to mitigate the commander damage I'm taking right now. I will take 11, and I will not unmorph this Grimhour Specs. I don't think I need the card drawn right now.
Fair.
But I will go down to 23.
All right, sounds good. I'm
Damn.
going to double the amounts of counters I have on Calamity, and these 2 will get renowned, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that I will draw 3 cards total from this combat, and so I will pass.
All right. Enough of your horsing around. I'm going to untap.
Say something patriotic, quick.
Kuro's board state is starting to look a little scary. I reckon somebody should take care of that. And that someone should probably be me. I'm going to play an island for turn because I can. And I could start dealing with stuff on the battlefield here if I really wanted to.
Throw that shield somewhere.
That sounds super fun.
With
actually.
that death touch.
I could take out at least 3 things at the moment if I really wanted to.
I see 3 sizable targets.
I mean, it doesn't matter if I send it at you because you can always pay life just to send it at your...
That Spellskite, yeah. Also, I'm
Spells,
super
yeah.
only helping other people, which is also hurting me because I've missed so
True,
many
true.
layoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like Kuro's board is like a little crazy right now.
Yeah, it's I
We
mean,
have
the
things
deck's
on it.
decking, you know?
I am going to detach the Sword of Vengeance, which means he goes down to a 4/4 at this moment in time.
I'm just. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. You're talking about my cards, I imagine.
I haven't said yet, you know. Like,
Right.
I'm assuming there's a response.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. I detach the Sword of Vengeance, and I am going to divide 3 damage equally between Kuro's target. Some stuff on Kuro's board.
The
But,
Calamity is
it-
a nightmare, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Aragorn, the horsey, and the one that stops us from casting spells on Kuro's turn.
It's not bad.
Okay. I will cast Heroic Intervention in response.
What does Heroic Intervention do?
Permanents I control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
Ooh, good job, good job.
It's a great
Hey.
card to have in this moment.
I will tap 2 islands,
Oh!
and I will counterspell that.
Also a great card to have in this moment.
Dang, yeah.
There we go. I
Yeah.
wanted that mana, unfortunately, but considering that
That's
situation.
fair, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Okay. I'm going to move to combat. Reattach the Sword of Vengeance. All right. And because I totally knew that I had lifelink from Basilisk Color, I go up to 41. Awesome. And in combat now, I will send Cap. I gotta send him somewhere. I'm gonna wait. How big is the stuff on your field, Koro? Because you got first strikers over there.
4/4 and a 3/3.
4/4 and a 3/3. Yeah, I'll send Cap at you.
All right, I'll double block.
Actually,
Cap
I'm going
was-
to do something in response to those blocks. I'm going to. Kadena says the first face down I cast each turn costs 3 less, so I'm going to flash in a morph, and then I'm going to immediately tap 2 to Megamorph up Einok Survivalist. When it's turn face up, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls, and I'm going to destroy the sword so you lose first strike.
Oh.
Tradesy.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
you can only kill one of Kuro's creatures, which is neither here nor there, I suppose.
I will. You know what? I'm gonna let you keep your bigger thing at the moment. So your Adelan. I'll take that out.
I also
So-
realized when I morphed that in,
well-
I would have 2 triggers.
No, you're gonna. No, because you have Death Touch, you're gonna deal damage to both of my creatures. You only have to.
Oh,
assign
you do
one
still have
to
Death
each.
Touch. I forgot about
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think
I think Cap
trade.
It does cause the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's right. That
Correct,
means
yeah.
Cap dies then.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is let your opponents just fight each other. And sometimes the best thing you can do is make them both lose that fight.
Goes back to the command zone. Oh, that sucks.
I forgot when I morphed Einok in, that would trigger threats and Kadena, so I'm going to go find another basic, and then I will draw a card.
And I can't do much else, so I will pass. I really wish you hadn't have put in that card that I had to counter because I had the perfect response. But I can't do that now. So, all right.
In your end step, I do want to flash out a Howling Mine. So at the beginning of each
Ooh.
player's draw step, if Howling Mine is untapped, that player draws an additional card.
Give me a second. I apologize.
Okay. I will move to my turn. I will draw for Kami, and then draw for the mine. Okay. I am going to actually just move straight to combat here, and I will send a Heliod and a Spellskite at the ever-growing lifelinker down below. So that is 4 and 3 at Mia.
Okay, I'll take 7.
Okay, I will pass. I have to discard 1, 2, 3, 4.
I will untap, upkeep, and draw, and draw, and draw.
Woo, you're doing it.
I sure am. I will play a Temple of Mystery as my land for turn. It will enter tapped, and I will scry 1. I mean, odds are my deck's about to get shuffled to threats anyway. We're just going to put that on the bottom. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to play Garrick, Cursed Huntsman, in Badger form. Garrick is a planeswalker with 5 starting loyalty. I can 0 to make 2 black and green wolf creature tokens with when this creature dies, put a loyalty counter on each Garrick you control. I can -3 to destroy target creature and draw a card. And I can -6 to get an emblem with creatures I control get +3/+3 and trample. I am in fact going to 0 him, and we're going to make
The rookie crisp.
a couple of wolves.
Garrick is not just one of my favorite planeswalkers in Magic, but he's also an incredible piece to have in this deck. He's a recent addition, makes it a lot more aggressive, so I'm not just dirtling with my face downs, I'm sending them places.
We're going to play our free morph for the turn, which will be this face down card. I almost said its name, and that kind of defeats the purpose.
No.
That will give me 2 triggers. This time I'm going to take the draw first and then the search, because I just scribed something away, so maybe it was hiding something I want.
Want to be a basic land?
Luckily it wasn't, so at least I dodged that. You know what?
I hit 3 islands before any other basic land, so let's grab an island. I'm going to, in fact, send a 3/2 at Dylan and a 2/2 at Kuro.
Any responses from Kuro? I don't.
Mm.
Okay. I would like to respond. I will first flash out an arcane signet. Kuro, we're buddies. We're pals. You just got beat up on. It wasn't by me. It's pretty rough, right? So
I'm listening.
I will tap one island for an intellectual offering. So choose an opponent. You and that player each draw 3 cards. I would love to. And then choose an opponent. Untap all non-land permanents you control and all non-land permanents that player controls. Mia, I'm certainly targeting you to untap all non-land permanents. But me and Kuro are going to draw some cards because we're pals.
Cool. Okay, untapping all non-land permanents.
Yeah.
There we go. Done.
And then notably my creatures untap. And I will block the Einok.
Cool. The Einok will die. I will move to my second main phase. I will move through my second main phase. Go into my end step. I will respond to my Wilderness Reclamation by floating 2 mana. So I will have 2 blue floating while the Wilderness Reclamation trigger is on the stack. Unless you want to do something prior to my end step.
It doesn't really matter when I do it. I just want to... I'm going to tap 1 to Acid Drowner of Hope.
Oh, yeah.
When that enters, put 2 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature tokens onto the battlefield. They have sacrifice, add 1 to your mana pool, but I could sack 1 to tap a target creature, notably. But that's all. Nothing crazy.
Okay. I will then resolve the Wilderness Rec to untap these lands. And then with the 2 mana, I had floating and a little help from a friend. 3 more. And just building this wall of enchantments over here, I will flash in Primordial Mist.
Oh,
says
God.
At the beginning of my end step, I may manifest top card of my library. We're past that point, but it also says exile a face down permanent you control face up. You may play that card this turn. And then I actually have 7 cards in hand, somehow. So I will pass.
Yeah, try as you might. They just can't stop all those cards down your throat.
Yeah.
Play an Exotic Orchard. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 1 Sun Titan.
Yeah, you are.
Nice, nice, nice.
That resolves. The target will be Kutzel.
Have fun with it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Biopagus. Just a mana dork that will give me a 1/1 counter on a creature.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Conclave Mentor. Whenever one of our +1/+1 counters we put on like track control, I put that with the +1. And then when she dies, I gain life equal to her power. I'm going to crash out for a Stonecoil Serpent for 4.
Oh, nice.
So reach, trample, protection from multicolored, comes in with 4 counters, and it's actually would be put on, but it enters with, so that doesn't count. We're gonna go to combat, and we're gonna swing 3 at Mia.
I wonder who that could be going at.
Yeah.
I take 3 going down to 35.
Yep, and I will draw 1 card.
Back down to earth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, back on the mortal life totals. And then I will pass the turn and begin discarding.
Okay. I am actually going to tap this for a red. I probably shouldn't have got rid of that red earlier, but I'll go down to 34. I'll tap this for a red. I will go ahead and then I will then tap 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to play a Twin Flame Tyrant.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah.
That's a good one.
You know, that do be a card that says you do it twice.
It does things. So Twin Flame Tyrant is a 3/5 dragon with flying, and if a source that I control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, instead it deals double that damage instead. Do we have any flyers on the field at the moment? I'm going to play a island just down here, just a little old island. We'll put the Lightning Greaves on Twin Flame Tyrant so it can attack this turn. And currently, I'm going to go to combats. And I am going to send that Twin Flame Tyrant at Garuk.
Ooh.
That's my baby boy.
That is your baby boy.
The baby boy badger.
It gives you a lot of good stuff right now.
He does, and I think I want to try to save him. Unfortunately, the only way I can do that now that you have Shroud is in a way that nobody's going to be happy with, so I don't expect this to go well. I'm going to tap 5. I'm going to attempt to flash in Ixodron. Ixodron says, as it enters the battlefield turn, all other non-token creatures face down.
In
They are
response,
2/2 creatures.
I'm going to tap an island. I'm going to tap the plains. I'm going to play Arcane Denial.
Yeah, I figured something would happen.
Gosh,
Yeah.
all the answers.
Yeah,
So
Ixodron
counter target
to
spell
the
is control may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of next turn's upkeep, because we need card draw, and then I draw a
really
card at the
do.
beginning of the next turn's upkeep.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah, unfortunately, that does mean that Garruk is gonna get dragoned to death.
Okay, and I'm all mannered out now because again I've had to use another counter spell when I try and do stuff. So
Crazy how that works, you know what I
telling
mean?
You this,
Yeah, I know,
this
right?
lesson.
I'm gonna pass the turn over.
Okay, in your end step, I want to go ahead and I will tap white, and I'm just gonna flash in a Knight of the White Orchid. All of you
Who
have
could possibly have more lands?
more
than me,
lands.
Huh?
All of you.
I don't know.
all
I need
of
a
you.
recount. I need a recount on this.
4. I think you're triple
Nah,
me
I
right
don't,
now.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I don't buy that for 1 second.
All right, this beautiful plains comes in untapped because Knight is goaded. We'll untap and move into my turn.
Okay, at your upkeep, I will draw a card.
Heliod.
And I will draw 2.
Oh man. It feels really good to finally have mana sources on the board and be able to like do multiple things should I need to, but we're at the point in the game now where we need a board wipe and I don't have that. So we're gonna force the problem and hope that someone else does. My spells are so cheap this turn. I will draw 1. I will draw another. I will draw for a turn. So Mind Stone's free. Cast that. Let me put all my mana rocks
Ramp.
together. Yeah, I am so far behind that I'm just glad to see cardboard. Okay. Island for turn. I don't have a lot to cast right now, so I will move to combat. I do want to send a 5/5 Drowner of Hope, and a I need blockers. So I'm just gonna do 5 where I can, chip that in at Mia.
Okay, this is what I get for leaving you alone. Got it.
This is true. Okay. I'm gonna do a thing. So I will tap for 2 white in my second main. And 2. So 4 total. And I'm going to reasonably cast a Bruna, the Fading Light. When Bruna the Fading Light, when you cast Bruna the Fading Light, you may return target angel or human creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I will put Gisela the Broken Blade from my graveyard to the battlefield. So at the beginning of my end step, if I both own and control Gisela and a creature named Bruna the Fading Light, exile them and meld them into Brisella, Voice of Nightmares. Here we go. Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. Your opponents can't cast spells with converted mana cost 3 or less, and it's a 9/10.
So I'm the newest player at the table, and if I know that those 2 angels were going to combine into Mecha Satan, I probably would have kept my counter spell.
I think I think I have to respond before you meld, actually, because I think this might turn off my morphs. So I'm just going to cast my free morph for the turn in response to the meld trigger, which will then hit me with the Kadena and threats. So I'm going to go find a swamp? I don't know. Whatever basic land pops up first.
I've never gotten to meld these creatures ever, so thank you all for humoring me. I am sad that there was no applause and that it was just silence. So
sorry.
We'll we'll work on it all together, you know. Okay, I will pass.
Just put it in post. Just like
cool. Still in your end step, I am actually going to morph up that fresh new morph. And it's Vesuvan Shapeshifter. As it enters or is turned face up, I may choose another creature on the battlefield. If I do, Vesuvan Shapeshifter is a copy of that creature, except at the beginning of my upkeep, I may turn it face down. So I'm also going to have Vizela.
I think it's very much clear who the threat is now.
What do you what do you mean by
I
that?
don't know
A
what you're talking
9/10 with flying, first strike, vigilance, live link that shuts down any mana abilities 3 or less. That's like that's
Chat, what does he mean by
ridiculous.
that? I don't really. Can someone explain to me?
Get in the comments, you know.
In the
Yeah, hey, like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below who you think the threat is right now. Actually,
We're going to tap 3. 1, 2, and 3. For Crystal Shard, I can pay 3 or a blue and tap it to return target creature to its owner's hand unless its controller pays 1.
Nice.
Mostly it's a really fun way to reset morphs, but it's also sometimes relevant. I'm going to do that thing that everybody has come to know and love, and I'm going to play my first face down card for the turn for free, except this time he's disguised. Woo! I don't have the official disguise token, so please appreciate my question mark cloak. That'll trigger threats and Kadena, so I'm going to go find another non-island basic land.
I'll just respond to any of those 2 triggers.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
will sack a Scion to tap down your version of Priscilla.
Entirely fair. We're going to go 1. Actually, yeah, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and a 4. And we're going to keep building that wall of enchantments with Ugin's Mastery. Whenever I cast a colorless creature spell, I manifest the top card of my library. And whenever I attack with creatures with total power 6 or greater, I may turn a face-down creature I control face up. I'm going to move to combat. We're going to send 2 wolves down at Mia because I know
Revenge.
she can gain life on command, and she killed Garrick, and I'm upset.
Yeah, there you go.
The pack is upset. I get it. I will
the
take
threat.
4.
Then I will go to my second main, go to my end step. I will float 5 mana in response to the Wilderness Wreck trigger. Will untap everything with the Wilderness Wreck trigger.
Can I respond to the Wilderness Wreck trigger?
Yeah, you can respond to the Wilderness Wreck. I will have specifically 2. I'm just gonna have 5 blue floating.
Okay. It's probably too late for this turn, but we're gonna take care of it. We kind of went through things. I phased out. I'm gonna generous gift your ley line.
That is super fair and rude.
I'm
going
He phased
to
out.
use my 5 floating blue. And this doesn't super duper help, but I'm going to morph up the Chrome Shell Crab. It says when it's turn face up, you may exchange control of target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls. And I'm going to attempt to give you one of these tapped wolves, because this is all in response to the untap, in exchange for Heliod.
I think I am okay with you getting a spell skite.
So Chrome Shell
we got
Crab
the resolution.
gives you a wolf, and I get a spell skite. I would be tapped out, but I could pay 2 life to redirect the generous gift to spell skite. So it seems your option is
Spellskite dies and I lose 2 life, or I get Heliod and you kill Leyline of Anticipation.
I'm super okay with losing Spellskite. That's fine.
Okay. So I will keep Leyline of Anticipation in this version of the exchange. You will still have a wolf.
Yes.
And I will have an elephant.
Finally, the Spellskite is gone.
And I will be down 2 life, down to 21, and then I will finally untap.
Hey, just wanted to hop in here real quick and say that about 80% of what just happened should not have happened and we all missed it. Dylan has Brizella, which means I can't cast the Shard, or the Disguise creature, because both of those are 3 mana value or less. And when we get to my end step, well then, Wilderness Reclamation doesn't untap creatures, it just untaps my land, so my tap creatures that just attack shouldn't be able to get ready to block again. And also, I also have Brizella, so Dylan shouldn't be able to cast Generous Gift for any of that nonsense to just happen. But, we went with it.
Alrighty. Alrighty then. What a turn we've been having, huh? How many are we drawing now?
3 total.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. We're going to resummon the Gorn. 3, 6. That looks about right. That looks like mana. Alright. It's more than enough mana. Then we're going to cast Shadowfax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shadowfax Lord of Horses shows you the meaning of haste, and when Shadowfax Lord of Horses attacks, I may put a creature card with lesser power from my hand onto the battlefield tapped and attack it.
Oof.
And if we actually will tap the Biophagus so that the horse comes in with a +1/+1 counter. So there's just like a lot of combat going on. Too much, I'd say.
I think it's too much that you're not doing. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're a big fan of combat,
wild.
is what it
What
sounds
a
like.
that's you're wacky for that one. You know what? I should do some damage. So we're gonna play Taunt from the Ramparts.
So
Hey, look, it's the guy taunting from the Ramparts. It's me.
he did. The
Gold all creatures my opponents control. Until my next turn, those creatures cannot block.
thing. Okay, so let me respond. So
I
There is
don't
a
like that.
Kuxil on board.
yeah, I'm gonna crack this Mindstone and draw a card.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, continue.
Alrighty. Scared me for just for a quick second. I was so scared that he was gonna have a response for my Taunt from the Ramparts, but I'm really, really happy that he didn't. So now the board is kind of just open for a crap ton of damage. Then we're going to go to combat.
Okay. As you go to combat, I will sacrifice a Scion to tap down a creature of yours. Mask. Preferred targets? Probably the... Sun Titan
don't
getting things
know.
back is not my favorite.
Yeah, sometimes probably the right play.
Cool.
Just
I
to
will
Okey
tap
dokey.
the
limit
Sun
how many
Titan.
things are coming back.
3 at Mask. Let's see. Dylan, you're gonna take
Yeah, I am.
5 and 5.
Nice.
And then Mia, your crime will be taken for the punishment for yours will be taken for
Down to 20.
and Dylan take 2 more.
Okay. 18.
And then with Shadowfax trigger on Lace Stack, I'm going to put in Doomscar Warrior tapped and attacking, in which I will put the +1/+1 counter on anyone, I guess. I'll put it on Botanical.
I'll take 4 going down to 21.
Thoroughly locked out of tricks. I
Yeah.
will take 3 going down to 18.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 is going to you, Dylan, total. Alright, so these creatures are going to get renowned. I'll do those counter stuff in a second. And I'm going to look at the top 6, 7 cards. Look at the top. Yeah, 7 cards. I'll just put a creature or land from them to my hand. Pretty sure it's just going to be Caparati. Yeah, that guy. Caprati on the board, and then that will be the end of my turn.
Okay, this is pretty bad for me. Brisella essentially shuts down like 90% of my deck. I can't recast my commander. I can't play most of the cards in my hand. I'm pretty much dead in the water.
It's worth noting that new creatures can attack Kuro, so have fun.
They can.
So have a good time.
They can.
Tell
I
you
have a
what,
plan, don't worry.
I was gonna say, I have a like. Yeah, I mean, if you have the mana mask, which I see you do, you bounce the twin flame.
I don't know what you're talking
back.
about. I have very little.
Uh-huh.
That's true. I
To prevent
can
us from
bounce
killing
a
each
single
other.
creature.
Or yeah. That's,
Well, Twin Flame only doubles Mia's damage. I also can't bounce Twin Flame currently.
yeah. The hope is
Yeah.
Mia plays another creature. We'll see what happens.
Also, Priscilla, lifelinks
That's
for
true.
9. I'm just saying that.
I
We both
I
have
can't
9, 10
really
lifelinks.
play another creature, unfortunately. What I can do, however, let me just play this singular planes. Then in that case, planes, colorless, and islands, and another planes. And I will bring out Loran, Disciple of History. Loran, Disciple of History is a 3/3, and whenever Loran or Disciple of History or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under my control, return target artifact card from my graveyard to my hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the only thing I can really do. Sword of Vengeance. Okay, gonna move my Greaves across to Loran.
Mia, I'm willing to make a deal with you here.
What's the deal?
So, Kuro, highest life total. You have to hit one of us for, at this rate, significant chunks of damage.
Well, it's
Yeah.
6 damage.
Or?
Which is...
It's 6 damage.
I have 12. That's half. So,
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
well,
significant.
there it is.
You're
Cool.
right.
Well, I mean, how it is.
So I have to swing a 9/10 unless it gets bounced. At which case, I don't want to swing it at either of you. I want it to go to a very specific person. So Mia, I'm cool with you swinging at me for lifelink if I could swing at you for lifelink, and that
Who
is.
says I'm doing lifelink?
I mean, that's why
You
you don't
just
have
have
Full
to.
to-
mana open.
That's fine.
Fine. All right. Pre-combat. I am going to basically. I'm just gonna tap these two, and I'm gonna attach a Basilisk Collar to a Twin Flame Tyrant, and then going into combat, I'm sending this Twin Flame Tyrant. Who should I send this at?
You can still send it at me.
Yeah.
That's
As I was to say, you could send it at mask, or we can do our deal so that we kind of end at a net neutral. I'll be almost tied with
3
you in
extra life.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. I will send Twin Flame Tyrant at Dylan.
okay, I will take the 6.
Post combat,
Spooky, scary
because of
stuff.
that gosh darn card on the field that stopped me from playing anything else, which really sucks because my hand right now is like I've got so many
Yes.
good things.
Okay, I will send Brisella at Mia, and I think I can send all the small critters at. Well, not all of them. 2, 4, 5. Does 5 sound reasonable to you, Mouse?
I mean, you have to send the 2 big critters somewhere as well.
Yeah, that's Mia, and then I assume you'll bounce this. Is kind of what I'm
Okay.
hoping for. So I will send the Drowner to an irrelevant location, unless you have other plans.
Yeah, no, I'll bounce out I will offer you to bounce the Drowner back to your hand unless you pay 1.
Great, so excited to bounce that Drowner back to my hand.
1 myself.
All right, I'm gonna
Um,
have to take 9, I guess.
So
Alright.
9, and then Mia, I think I also have to send 4, because I don't know if I want to put mask below 10 yet. 1, 2.
You can send it my way because I am going to do a little shenanigan here that's going to gain me some life.
Okay, cool. I will
uh,
send Heliod your way.
So before blocks, I'm going to activate Primordial Mist to exile a face down permanent I control. Face up, I may play that card this turn.
Smart.
So I'll exile this Manifest from all the way back at the start of
From the
phase,
yeah.
which is become anonymous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, there you go.
So I'm going to then pay 1, 2, 3, 4, and cast Become Anonymous to exile target non-token creature I own and the top 2 cards of my library in a face-down pile. Shuffle that pile, then cloak those cards. They enter the battlefield. Oh, they enter tapped? I missed that. That is a problem. I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to exile my Brazella and the top 2. I'm going to be taking a good hit.
Oh, sorry.
What it is.
Wait, did you want to
No.
block it all first and then do that?
Nothing.
So this is before blocks, and currently nothing I have. So I will be able to. I think I can flash some stuff in to block some stuff. But first, we're going to
Like
do.
you can even use a Become
this
Anonymous to
nonsense.
block still. I mean, yeah, obviously, like you have a plan, but is that?
Nah, I'll be all right. So cool. So we're going to exile, and joining the question crew will be these 3 cards that will trigger.
What could they be?
That'll trigger threats and Kadena 3 times each.
What could they be?
So we're just gonna grab the first 3 basics that. It's an island. I said the first 3. I'm sticking by it. That's a swamp. Please find. There's another swamp. Sure. Then I will shuffle real quick. I'll draw 3 cards, and then surely I will have shenanigans to jump in front of creatures with. I will flash in Whisperwood Elemental. So 4/4 that says at the beginning of your end step, manifest the top card of your library, and I can sacrifice Whisperwood until end of turn. Face up creatures I control. Face up non-token creatures I control. Gain when this creature dies. Manifest the top card of your library. So I will block Heliod with Whisperwood and then sacrifice it in case Dylan board wipes magically here.
You know, but hey,
No,
that's
super not doing that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I would if
Then
I
will take
could.
5 down to 13.
Oh my god, we're still on your turn. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. I will tap
oh my God.
for 3 to play a Drowner of Hope, and I will get 2 Scions. Because you drew 3 cards, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it is discarded.
Well, yes. 3.
Okay.
So we've just been.
Okay. Well, take it away.
In your end step,
Yeah.
the move that will surprise everyone. Vesuvian Shapeshifter is Brazella.
Wow. Oh.
I have to discard down.
And I will untap. Upkeep. Draw.
It gets more diabolical every time.
I really wish I owned a Cyclonic Rift.
I'm going to play a Tomb of the Spirit Dragon as my land for turn. It taps for a colorless, or I can pay 2 and tap
Nice.
to gain 1 life for each colorless creature I control.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
pretty good.
I believe Brazella is colorless,
Yep.
so I currently have
Eldrazi.
a whole 4.
Hey, stay in the game,
But
baby. Stay
that
in
number
the game.
can increase.
What?
Notably
No
by
way.
doing cool tricks like Crystal Shard to untap to bounce Chrome Shell Crab back to my hand. What I will do is I will tap 4, and I will play Roshan Hidden Magister. So other creatures I control are assassins in addition to their other types. Same is true for creature spells I control and creature cards I own that aren't on the battlefield. Face down creatures I control have menace, so these 3. And whenever a permanent I control is turned face up, I draw a card and lose a life. Good fun times had by someone somewhere. I
Someone
will
somewhere.
move to combat.
For me, it's
So-
9. Right. Sorry.
Yeah, so unblockably, that's 4 to Dylan and 2 to Mia because they have menace. 9 to Kuro, and then a 3/3 and a 2/2 that are blockable at Dylan, and a 3/3 that is blockable at Mia.
I don't think it matters. Okay, I'll just take the 5. I'll take
Okay.
5 going down to 13.
I will block the wolf with the Drowner and take 5. I don't.
I
want-
guess technically you could throw your scions, but it wouldn't really help.
No.
So-
Yeah.
So
No.
that's 2, 4, 7 headed your way, Dylan. I will gain 9 up to 22. And then
I'll take 9, yep.
second main phase. If you didn't have Brazella, I could, but I can't because I can't cast a creature to bounce Kutso.
Yeah, because your
Yeah.
Basella is also blocking me from keeping us alive.
Yeah. I will. Look, it's a rough time had by all. I'm going to go ahead and I will tap 4. And I'm going to play the Panoptic Projector. So I can tap it to make the next face down creature spell I cast this turn cost 3 less to cast.
How's even 3 or less to cast there?
3 or
I also just realized that 2 of these face downs definitely didn't have to attack this turn, and I just set myself up for pain, but that's where we're at. And then if turning a face down permanent face up causes a triggered ability of a permanent I control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And then I will. I think I just have to like put out the only other blocker that I can legally cast right now.
Legally.
I will tap 4 and a 5th to play Ixidor, Reality Sculptor. Face down creatures I control get +1/+1, and I can pay 3 to turn target face down creature face up. I will
Does that even more damage?
gain 4 life.
Only
Up
4?
to
Yeah,
26.
Right.
I will then move to my M step.
Right.
Wreck will trigger, and I will untap my lands. I guess I should resolve this before the Wilderness Wreck, but since I forgot, I will suffer resolving it after. I will manifest the top card of my library. Cool, sure. Which will give me a tapped land and then draw me a card. And then I will discard the hand size.
In your end step, I'm just going to flash out a Battle Angels of Tyr.
Ooh. Okay. There they are.
10. I need to discard 3.
I am in the weakest position right now. Cap has barely touched the battlefield this game, and I want to be able to play my cards. So the Bracellas have got to go. I think it's time I make a deal with the devil.
I have questions. So,
You
with
can't
the
cast spells in his upkeep, so if
I
you
know,
wanna
no,
cast
no,
spells,
I'm not
okay.
casting any spells. I'm politicking. So, with Bracella on the field, that somewhat shuts me down.
Bracellae.
2 Bracellae on the field. That somewhat shuts me down completely, and somewhat shuts you down as well. Obviously, you've got a bunch of stuff out there, but I figure now, like, you have a chance at winning at this point, okay? But if you leave me alive on this turn,
What are you bartering with? What are you bartering with?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
you will have even more of a chance at winning, because the deal that I made last time with Dylan didn't go very well for me, obviously,
Sure.
as you can see. It only really benefited Dylan, to be fair, and I did it out of love. So,
I could have
that in
killed you. What are
mind-
you talking about? I've been.
Wow, such threats. I would never say
It's not
something
a
to
threat.
you.
That's a fact. At this
I would never
given
say something like-
juncture,
I could
you
have killed
will-
you. I literally could have killed you.
Right. I am trying to keep us all in to go against Kuro, and you're weaseling out at the last minute.
Here's the thing. I'm dead on this turn if I don't make a deal. So
It's definitely a feels bad moment here. Yeah.
considering that you're at 23, how about we make a deal? We need to get these
Okay.
Bracellas off the board. If you do not kill
Agreed.
me this turn, I will do everything that I can in order to make that happen.
Deal. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We're gonna play Annie joins up.
Ooh.
Okay. I will respond to Annie joins up.
Do you want to let Kuro choose a target first, or?
Sure.
All right. If it resolves, Annie joins up a land, and it will target its 5 damage to the Drowner Pope.
Cool. I will sack 2 Scions. I
sucker.
will tap Shadowfax and the Sun Titan.
Ooh, well played. Okay. Well played. Alrighty. We're going to play. We're gonna play Armorcraft Judge. When Armorcraft Judge enters the battlefield, I draw a card for each creature I control with a +1/+1 counter on it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. Okay. Play 1, 2, 3, 4. Gimli's Reckless Might. Yeah, we're completing the picture. Creatures I control have haste and formidable whenever I attack. If creatures I control have total power 8 or greater, target attacking creature I control fights up to one target creature I don't control. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going for it, really. I will play Boonbringer Valkyrie. Backup Flying First Strike Lifelink, and I guess I'll put it on the Botanical Brawler, which this is the first time of a creature getting a counter. So 1 and 2. All these cards that cannot be played because of these angels. I will swing everything at Dylan with Gimli's Reckless Might being a fight trigger for Botanical Brawler on the Bracella Voice of Nightmares.
Okay, and it's a 10-10 right now.
It is a 10-10, yep.
Okay, so Bracella will... I have first strike.
It's
a fight.
fight,
It's a
so
fight,
you'll
that's
still
right.
gain 9
Yeah.
life off of the
Yeah,
lifelink.
yeah. I know that. Yeah.
But
Okay.
Kuro
And I also have first
gains
strike as well.
Life from the lifelink that, right? Because you back
I don't
up
have
onto
lifelink.
the botanical.
Oh, that's right. I did do that. That's right. Yeah, that's what he's at 5. Yeah, that's true. Also, yeah. 2, 10. And then the rest of the damage is coming on in with first strike.
Hey, in the end, they had to send it all at me, so maybe I took one for the team here. And look, we went out to good old-fashioned combat damage, which you got to work for, and work was put in. Aragorn united the realms, did their job.
Burn.
Okay, and there's nothing I can do. You are all on your own. I will take the
That's
bill.
Alrighty, I'm gonna deal another 10. Alright. I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I draw 5. Cool. And that is it. I'm gonna go the discard. It's gonna be quite a lot of those. My counters get doubled on these things. Oh, I'm done. It's all you, Mia.
Oh, okay. Your turn's done.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, it's all
I'll
you. All you.
So I'm again glad I made that deal because at least I survived the turn. Tap for this mountain, this forge, plains, an island, and I'm going to play Helm of the Host.
Yep.
Yep. For the first
Yep.
time, nobody's seen this
For the
card
first
before.
time ever. I didn't know
the
you had
first
that
time.
card.
First time ever. Yeah,
That's
nobody knew it was in
wild.
this deck. Yeah. I'm going to play Helm of the Host. That is going to attach to my Twin Flame Tyrant coming in, making a copy of it when I go to combat, which will be fun.
In response, I'm gonna gain 4 life.
Okay.
Continue.
All right, cool. Awesome. I am then going to move to combat. The Helm of the Host will create a copy of Twin Flame Tyrant, which will come in over here. So for the purposes of this, Twin Flame Tyrant now is, what is it, quadrupling the damage of everything on board?
All your damage is quadrupled currently.
All my damage is quadrupled. And that has haste as well.
Need the call.
Okay, well, we ball. I'm just going to send this Twin Flame Tyrant over at Mask Man. 12 damage.
Okay, I will go down to 18.
Not losing that Bracella Ray. Okay.
It is
I thought I could
triple
force it.
damage.
Nah.
Oh my god. Are you putting boots out or putting boots on?
Yeah,
the
I'm going to
precious
put
clone
the
dragon?
boost on the Twin Flame.
I'm going to respond to the equip trigger.
Okay.
Because there's no longer a Brazilla stopping me, so I'm going to flash in a more.
We're
going to go through so many triggers. I'm going to manifest off of Ugin's Mastery. Manifest off of Ugin's Mastery, so I'm going to go find a basic land. Draw a card for Kadena. I will fail to find, and do a quick shuffle because of that. I will draw from Kadena. But the important thing that I'm going to do here, and the reason I had to respond now, is that I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to flip up the Chrome Shell Crab. And I'm going to trade this elephant for your Twin Flame Tyrant.
Which one? I'm guessing that goes on the stack before the
real
lightning
one,
greaves
yeah.
gets attached. So if the Helm of the Host is still on the Twin Flame on your side, will that copy the Helm of the Host when it's on your turn?
It will not trigger because it's a game comment on your turn. If you leave it on the Twin Flame and it gets back around to your turn, you will make another copy of the Twin Flame.
Okay, so it doesn't.
So
it benefits me just to leave it on there, I guess. Poor elephant. Okay. Okay. In that case, I will then. I'm going to pay this island and this plains to move this Basilisk Collar onto my other Twin Flame Tyrant.
I think we start with combat. So I need 24 power, which will be doubled to take out Kuro. Kuro, do you have any blocker? You have one blocker out?
One blocker.
Okay. Cool. So the back row is going to Kuro for 24 doubled to 48 damage. Mia, I'll do my free cast and the nightmare nonsense that comes with it of that face down, draw a card, I'll shuffle because I failed to find, and then I will tap 3 to flip up Echo Tracer. I will lose 2 life and draw 2 cards, but more importantly, I will bounce your Twin Flame Tyrant and your Elephant.
Oof.
Because I get to return 2 creatures.
Okay.
So
great.
you will have your choice of 2 3/3s, a 3/4, and a 4/4 on the ground you can block. Oh, sorry. It's a 3/3, a 3/3, a 3/4, and a 4/4. That's all on the ground, and then a 3/5 in the air.
And this is all doubled, right?
And then that will all be doubled, so it'll be 6,
Right.
12, 18. So it's 24 if you block Roshan, and you'll go down to 1.
I think that's what I've got to do, right? I'm going to go down to
if
1.
you're at 1, you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm at 1. I'm still alive. That's the difference.
What's the difference between 25 and 1 life at this point?
Exactly, right? All right, I will go down to...
And then I
And
guess
lose Loran.
for good measure, I'll gain 6 life up to 38 and move to my end step and untap my lands. This shouldn't be tapped because it has vigilance. And then actually, I will also bounce your Twin Flame Tyrant back to your hand.
All right, I think I might be done so real soon as well. So, but it's been an amazing experience so far.
And just
Sure
card a
has.
land, a card that draws me cards, a land, a card that draws me cards, a land, and a card that manifests me cards.
Untapping with nothing on the field. Can I top deck something amazing? Let's find out. Oh, I can play it at least.
That would be so
All
good.
right.
That would be so funny. Mia literally has 1 red mana that wouldn't kill her.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I didn't even realize that. That also means you can go out on your own terms at any time.
That's
to
true.
be fair, I can't get Twin Flame Tyrant back out. I'm going to play Traverse Eternity.
Okay.
Draw cards equal to the highest mana value among historic permanents you control. So that would be my Helm of the Host, which is 4.
Yeah.
So I can draw 4 for 4.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's so funny. That's so funny. But it doesn't help me because there's still a Bracella on the field. I can't do that much here. So I am going to tap this for a red and go out on my
I love that
own
for you.
terms.
I
Let's
love
go.
that for you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Uh,
That was a truly epic game. I did get knocked out first, but it was absolutely worth it. I loved seeing the morph typo just going off, and honestly, I'm pretty glad it took me out. And I'm also just really happy that my deck actually got to show what it was about. The Spell Sky definitely took me out of the game for quite a while because, well, not being able to back up my creatures is, well, that's kind of the whole point of the deck, so that certainly hurt me. But once that was gone, I was ready to just get back in there and start the action all over again.
Ugh, those Brucellas were the bane of my existence, and my deck didn't really get to do what it does well, but it's okay. I still managed to come second somehow, and I had fun. So thank you so much for having me. I will have to make sure to come back and avenge Cap sometime.
It is often said that you should not fear the unknown, but Kadena begs to differ. I'm kidding. Obviously, playing morphs and disguises and manifests, it's a lot of fun getting a lot of face downs on the field. It kind of brings me back to when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I love that kind of energy. It's almost like it's playing a different game. And so I've put a lot of work into this deck recently to try and make it a lot more aggressive, but at its heart, it is a control deck. And I think it kind of works out in that nice mid-range kind of area.
In the end, this was a super uphill battle kind of from turn 3. While my opening hand was good, everything after that was spiraling quickly out of control. By the time I regained control, I had already fueled the plans for everybody else but myself. I will say it was a group effort to take Kuro down, really having to full send everything at me, the Twin Flame Tyrant going to mask from Mia and using that to kind of, it was kind of a group effort. And that's how I'm going to feel better looking back at this episode. So GG's everybody. To our amazing guests, thank you both for being on, both Mia and Kuro. You are wonderful, magnificent people, great players. And we got to have a rematch sometime.